Hello, everybody. It's Karen. How are you? Oh, it's glary here. I'm in Missoula, Montana. A lot of you know my mother passed this last week, so I have been incognito. And I'm in a rental car. I don't have my regular setup, so the phone might fall off the steering wheel. But I wanted to get back to the norm, and get back to my meditation. I was doing meetings, but my, you know, difficult time, lots going on. So I lost my routine, and I hate losing my routine. I love routine. So let's get back. April 27th, Courage to Change. And let's see what's in store. This should be interesting with all the family dynamics I've been going through. Um, I've done pretty good. I've really zipped it. I stayed in my own hula hoop and really tried to be helpful. So I'm tired. April 27th. Self-esteem grows when I love and accept myself as I am. I block my own well-being each time I base my self-worth on what I do or what others think of me. If I could please all the people on the earth, if I could straighten everyone out and remedy all the difficulties they face, if I could make the world a perfect place, even then, I probably still would not feel good about myself. Indeed, I would have to give up all of myself to accomplish this impossible task. I cannot be perfect. I cannot make others perfect. Yet I'm worthy of love, respect, and joy. Let me remind myself each day that I am the child of a perfect higher power. That in itself commands respect, my respect, for the miraculous self I have been given. When I hold this at the force of any endeavor. Today's reminder. Today, when faced with choices, I will opt for the path that enhances my self-esteem. Well, I like this reading. I think this comes with age. I don't know. Um, I have really, I have really come to believe, maybe it's the program, maybe it's age, maybe it's both, but I really have come to realize that I don't know what other people need to do. I don't know what they're experiencing. I mean, I really have to stay in my own hula hoop. And this week has been, a good example of that. I'm so glad I had this program. Just to allow all the family to have their own experience and try to really honor my experience without, making my experience the most important one and pushing everybody out. Like respecting everybody's time, the time they needed with my mother to say what they needed to say, to be able to not have expectations of what people should do, is really a blessing. Letting go of expectations of what other people should and what I should do. I didn't know how it was going to go. My mother and I are very, 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 very close. She's been in memory care facility for, too many years now. And I've missed her, but she's been with me. You know what I mean? I've been able to, she's still here on the planet, and to let her leave the planet was difficult for me. I'm adopted, and she's my adopted mother. So we were very close. I had an attachment with her greater than pretty much anyone else on the planet. So, I didn't know how I was going to do this. I didn't know how this was going to look for me. And I just told myself, you know what? You just got to get through this. And you got to get through it, whether you got snot rolling, mascara, claw marks, you've heard me say that before. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to go through it, and I'm not going to take anybody down on the way. I'm not going to get through it at other people's expense. I'm going to try to be loving and supportive and no expectations, right? And, that is a wonderful way to live. It's a peaceful way to live. It's respecting other people. It's respectable to let other people have their own reactions to life. And to do that, I have to do that for myself. I have to respect my own process. I have been extremely tired. And, I think part of that is, I'm sorry, I'm kind of working this all out at the same time, but I've been exhausted. And I think part of it is the emotional part. The other part was the physical part that I stayed, my daughter and I stayed there. Family was there constantly. She was never alone. And so we spent the night there on the floor. I'm much too old to be on the floor. And somehow I didn't feel it and during the time. But afterwards, I've got a very sore back. My own fault. I'm out of shape. Um, you know, Whatever. So I'm tired. I'm like overwhelmed, tired. Like I've been like sleeping for a couple days, just kind of sleeping and eating. And last night I started beating myself up, really beating myself up. Like, oh my God. Because I'm a doer. I also think I'm tired because I've been in that job looking after a woman during the pandemic. It was just, we were locked in there 24/7, and I've been working, and I haven't had a vacation for years. Years. Like a vacation where you lay by the pool, or whatever you do, something fun. I always work, right? So this is the first, like, now that she's passed, I mean, I'm like, I'm tired. I've been going a long time. And last night I started beating myself up about that. And I thought, you know what? Where does it say in any book of how you're supposed to get through things like this? Right? Why am I expecting myself to do more than I can do? I'm tired. It's only been a few days since she's passed. It's not like it's been months. It's been a couple days. And, I just, where does it say that? Where did I come up with these ideas where I have to do and be and perform? And I don't know where I got that from, but I love myself, and I know my mother loves me, and she would not want me to do that. And I know what she'd say if I said, I'm so tired. She'd say, why don't you lay down? You lay down. Why don't you relax? This is not time to go walk 10 miles because you're eating yourself into a coma. And I'm not even eating that much. I'm just beating myself up, And I have to be gentle with myself. I have to remember this is a very big event. And I have to ask God for some help here, right? To not let it go too far one way or too far the other. So, I'm just so happy I have this program. It's really given me like these, when you bowl and they put up those guardrails when you're little, so the ball kind of bounces back and forth. God, this program has given me those little guardrails. And I threw the ball and it's kind of bouncing back and forth, but it's not leaving that area. You know what I mean? It might not be straight down the center, a strike, but it's certainly better than I ever imagined it would be, right? This is a program of action and compassion and love and tolerance, but not for other people, for me, right? I've got to be tolerant. I've got to be acceptant. I've got to let the expectations go and just stay in the moment. I can't tell you what that has done for me this week. I mean, you hear it all the time. You see it all the time on T-shirts and coffee mugs, stay in the moment. But really think about it. There is nothing but this moment. Everything is perfect in this moment. And I can handle anything in the moment. If I project, I can't. I get, ooh, and the past is all just experience. So I'm just so grateful. Thank you for letting me blabble on and on. These should get more clear the more rest I get. So I love you all. Thank you for being with me on this journey, and I'll talk to you soon.